All right, folks, check this out. Another minivan. Actually, only got one more to go. Hey, welcome to Cruisin'. We're gonna have a great day today talking about the new Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Now, there's 7 models you can get the Chrysler in. This happens to be the Pinnacle, which is top of the line, and wait till you see the interior of this minivan. You'll think you're at home or at a high-end hotel. This thing is so luxurious inside. You got the Napa leather, you've got little pillows in the second row seat. The luxury that's affordable and available. Look at this. Well, of course, Chrysler is the king when it comes to minivans. I don't know if you're aware of it, but they came out with the first minivan because Lee Iacocca said, hey, we need to haul the family around. Can't get them in a station wagon. Let's put them in one of these. They'll love one of these. Check this out. From a safety standpoint, you're not gonna believe this. There are 14 new safety features on this car. That brings it up to 97 total. If I went through every one of them, half of you would fall asleep. So we're not gonna do that. You know, even though it's a hybrid, look at that. A little electric motor kicking in there as well. Helps get you past any traffic that may come up on you. This particular model does have the V6, and it's worked with an Atkinson electric motor, so you do get about a 28, 29 mile range in electric. And then of course, once the gas kicks in, I average 30.8, which isn't bad at all. This transmission is an E-Flight electric variable, which says nothing more than a CT, transmission, which actually shifts fine. I didn't have any issues with it at all. And I tell you, if you think this thing hasn't got any horsepower, it's got plenty to get up and go. You can get some good range out of these. It's a great traveling vehicle, I tell you. You know, if you've got the family and you got to go see grandma, or head maybe even out to Vegas, or go up to Mammoth or Idlewild, especially in the snow, you got all-wheel drive, you're good to go. All-wheel drive, two-wheel drive. You can opt in or out with this. Best thing to do, go to Chrysler.com. You can build your own vehicle. This little guy is really just such a neat minivan. Now, there's only 3 on the market: Toyota, Chrysler, and Honda. And so far, I've done 2. I haven't done the 3rd one. But boy, do I like this one. Man, I tell you, it's got all the connectivity, it's got all the information, it's got everything that you would want to stay on top of it from a media aspect. And the second row seats, I mean, there's every kind of games. You can put videos in, you can do it all. And that's one of the nice things about, the Chrysler Pacifica. And that is the fact that it is truly family user friendly. Comes with its own plug-in cable. You can plug in 110 or you could do 220. I mentioned this is a plug-in, and like I said, this is the only minivan on the market that is. And here's where you charge your vehicle up with your 220 or 110. And by the way, it's supplied in the rear. It's real simple. You stick it in, plug it into your wall socket or your 220 home charger, hit the switch, and it's good to go. Depending on if you have a home charger, 110, it's gonna take you about 12, 13 hours if the battery's totally dead. The 220 is gonna really be nice because it's only a couple hours, but you have to have the system to do it. But you can do it 110 with no problem at all. And then if you're out on the road and you have to stop, but you're only gonna get about 25 to maybe 30 miles range on battery, which is okay. It's strictly for folks that just are going to stick around town and not do a lot of, over the road traveling. Styling on this, I think, is really exceptional. You got tons and tons of room in this 20-inch tire and wheel package. This particular model's got really nice chrome accents, brushed mirrors, tinted windows, massive panoramic roof. One thing that I kind of wish that they did was pop out rear windows. This one, they used to do it, they don't do it anymore, but that was kind of nice for ventilation. But let's check this out. I mean, again, if you need to, start hauling stuff, you're gonna see something here that on the other vans, it was a little bit more cumbersome as far as putting, the seats down. Check this out. You pull this right here, pull, it's down. And same thing with this one. You just pull, tug a little bit, and there you go. Now, remember the other minivan I had, you had to pull and push and tug and get it to go down. It was kind of a pain. Opening it or bringing it back up, you just go forward, grab this, and there you go. They also hide the headrest, you know, so that they're not blocking your rear view. You just push them right down. I mean, Chrysler really thought this out, if you ask me. Real simple, goes like so, boom. And if you happen to need a vehicle where you get rid of all the seats without taking them out, it's called stow and go. And stow and go really is a nice feature. It just takes the seats, puts them down on the floorboard, and then once you need them again, you've got them. I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you have a hybrid, I think the batteries are underneath, so you can't do the second row, but third row for sure. They gave you a little door, which is nice for your charging cables, because you can charge this up. You can use 110, 220. Other manufacturers, they just throw it on the floor, which to me is kind of a pain. And I know you keep staring at this Napa leather. You have to admit, is it beautiful or what? And it is very comfortable too, I might add. So when it comes to point A to point B, this is really pretty nice. And look at this cavernous well down here. I mean, you can load this thing up with pretty much anything and everything you want. And one of my favorites is this little button right here versus up here. Because there are some people that are not 6 foot tall. But here, you just touch it right there. And as soon as you touch it, down it comes. And it works out really well. Here's a little buzz. That means to get your head out of the way. And down you go. The key fob on this minivan is pretty unique in that you can do a whole lot with this minivan, okay? You got your lock, you got your unlock. Check this out, you lock it, hit that button 2 times, and it starts the vehicle for those cold mornings. This will raise and lower the hatch. This will do the left door, this will do the right door. And all you have to do is hit it twice, hit it twice, hit it twice. Check that out. All with the key fob. So as long as you don't drop this in the toilet, you're good to go. And the nice thing about it too is it'll close as well. So you don't have to, if you got your hands full, boom, you can do the whole thing right there from the remote. Very nice feature, and the auto start is really good. But I do live up in the mountains, and I tell you, at night, this thing will light up the world. I absolutely love it, I really do, and it's sleek and styling. Some of the other things that you can do, you can put roof rack on top, you could carry your gear. If you do need to, haul a bunch of people around, family, dogs, sporting gear, camera gear, whatever the case may be, this really fits the bill. And once I get people in this vehicle and they start driving it, start utilizing it, it's kind of like, hey, this is as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But the versatility of this is great. Sound system is Harman Kardon, which you can't beat. Speakers all over the place, cup holders all over the place, HDMI plug-ins, 12-volt receptacles front and rear air. It's even got its own private temperature gauge back there that you can set your second row seats up. Very comfortable second and third row, I might add. Normally you don't find third row seats to be all that comfortable, but I found these to be very comfortable. Maybe have something to do with the Napa leather, I don't know. So that's our cruise down the freeway. Hit that like button and subscribe, tell all your friends, and be part of the family, because we love bringing you vehicles. You never know what we're going to bring out next. I'm going to work real hard to see if I can't get the Honda Odyssey, because that's the trifecta. That's the last of the 3 minivans. We'll see how that works out. Then that way, if you ever have to make a decision as to which one you want, at least you can watch Cruisin', and we'll give you a good, honest evaluation of all 3. They all do something a little bit different than the other guy. Not everybody's building them, but the ones that are building them with all the style and luxury you could ever want in a people hauler. Because that's really what this is. It's a people hauler. And that is cruising with the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Pinnacle version.